Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to? Sorry, I didn't realize you didn't have the microphone yet.
Sorry. No worries. I gave you slack. I would like to speak on public comment and all agenda items.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
Okay, thank you. I want to say that we don't really need any more liquor licenses. You can go anywhere in the city of LA and see plenty of alcohol and plenty of people drinking alcohol. So I think we have plenty. And it's no judgment. It's just we have a lot. Okay, the background checks, yes, we definitely need a new ADA person because you guys are so non-compliant with ADA, like in Mr. Hugo's division, just allowing this Church of Scientology to have all their planters illegally put there, non-ADA compliant. So I really need this person hired. But at the same time, why are you putting anyone to be voted on prior to the background check being completed? Like I see the other one, the background check has been completed. That's how it should be. You should do that with everyone because once you get in here, it's really hard to get out. But we need, like I said, the ADA person. Hopefully they will help Mr. Hugo to be able to help get his area compliant with the illegal, non-ADA compliant planters surrounding Church of Scientology on L. Ron Hubbard Way. That's what we need. So we need somebody that can help him. If he's too afraid to stand up to the Church of Scientology, then maybe this new person, I would like you to ask them, are you afraid to, please ask them when you're interviewing them, are you afraid of the Church of Scientology or will you be willing to help Mr. Hugo get them to be ADA compliant with federal laws? I really need these answers, please. The stairs, okay, being named. No offense to Mr. Weston at all. No offense to anyone who's ever served on this council, on this city council. But you know what? You guys are not the heroes. The people are the heroes. It should be named, every stair should be named after the people, you know, in this city who have done legendary things. Heroes in this city, because no offense, you guys are politicians, you're not heroes. Sometimes we like you, sometimes we hate you. It depends on the day, it depends. It may not even be the day. It could be from issue by issue, we like or hate you. So none of you deserve stairs. The only one who might be, you know, right now, like I said, I'm still very fond of Mr. McCosker, my favorite, and, you know, who's my second, okay? But no, it needs to be after heroic citizens. The pedestrian tunnel, I'm nervous about that because we brought to your attention numerous times about, to the city, and they know it's true because they've already, I know there's already the Board of whatever, safety looking into it about the Church of Scientology building tunnels or reinforcing tunnels underneath their compound without any permit. And you guys are so slow. I don't know if it's because Mr. Hugo is afraid to deal with the Church of Scientology or he just doesn't care. I don't know. But regardless, you guys, the tunnels can implode and people can get hurt.
General public comment?
Okay, general public comment. I want these ADA compliant, like sorry, I can't even think straight. I'm so upset about it. I want the planters ADA compliant. I don't understand why the city can't do it. Is it fear of, if Scientology is so huge and so scary that that you don't have to force them to live up to the ADA laws for, you know, being accessibility, then what is going on in this city? Then let's fire all of you and people here who have the courage to stand up to Scientology. You know what? Can I have his spot? Because I'm not afraid to take them on. Mr. Hugo, maybe I'll run against you because I'm not afraid to take this on. And Smoke and Scan, I would like to know what I know they can't stand all the shenanigans either, I bet. You know, it's time to have it where, why does the ADA community have to suffer because Mr. Hugo and you guys, all of you, the whole entire city, Public Works, mayor, whoever, is too afraid to confront the cult of Scientology.
Next speaker. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
All of them in general.
Okay, so you have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general public comment. Please begin with the items. Go ahead.
My name is Susan Rocha. I live in CD1. I have a noise problem with Divine Savior Catholic Church and their tape recorder and their amplified
So,
sound
Ms.
system.
Rocha, this is
that
not on
goes
the
off.
agenda, so I'm going to ask you to stick to the agenda items for the first 3 minutes, or you can move to general public comment if you'd like.
Okay, I'll move to general.
Okay, so you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
Okay, so they blast their tape recordings and their amplified sound system in my home 10 times a day, every day. They don't give a damn about anybody else or their neighbors. They do whatever they want, and the city says it's just fine. And the city attorney says it's just fine, that they could blast their noise anytime they feel like it in their tape recorder and their bullhorns. This is a church that took me to court twice, and they lost twice. They falsely accused me of a crime. Priest Albert Prakasam prosecuted for the prosecution, even though he never saw anything. And Hernandez supports his church. She was at their fair festivals and their food giveaway. Yet they lost, not guilty. 12 people believe me and not Priest Albert and his lying Catholic Church, Divine Savior. That's really cruel. And you want to support them. Yeah. That's very mean. Why'd you turn off their amplified sound system? Are you afraid of them? Scared? Chicken?
Speaker, your time has expired. Next speaker. So, Ms. Rocha, I need you to vacate the podium. This is your first and only warning. Please do not disrupt this meeting. We have other speakers to hear from. Thank you. Good morning. Which items would you like to speak to?
11.
Okay, so you have
I'm
1 minute
Harriet
for...
Elliott.
Go ahead.
I only want to make a couple comments about the lighting. I'm seeing so many items about lighting, and I walk home at night with no lights at all. It's a danger. By the way, my father is higher than you guys. My father is he died 5 years ago, 2000, anyway, 5 years ago. He is he was the head of child services, whatever that's called. Okay, I'm moving on. Anyway, yeah, George Gammon, and 15 years. He told me he was higher than that woman. Anyway, never mind. Kenny Hahn. He said he's as high as Kenny Hahn. Anyway, poco a poco. I'm going to moving on to general public comment. Poco a poco me di cuenta que alguien está engañando a alguien. No puede ser la mujer.
Permítame, just 1 minute. Little by little, I realize that somebody is lying to anybody, to somebody. It cannot be possible that women.
Thank you for interpreting. Es decir, Faith Windsor, profesora, todavía vive según Ancestry.com.
This teacher is still living according to Ancestry.com.
Pero nadie está al tanto de este engaño.
But nobody knows about this lie.
¿Cómo ocultar a una profesora de ciencia política si existe ella?
How this professor of political science does exist.
Consulté con Stella Theodulu en CISAN y ella me escribió. Recuerdo ella aproximado en 1991.
I wrote to Miss Stella, and she wrote me that she remembered about her in 1991.
No sería difícil llamarla.
It would not be difficult to call her.
¿Y por qué ustedes no han llamado a ella? You should have called her. You need to help me. There's 20 people missing. Yeah, believe it or not, I'm a victim of directed energy, and people have been killed through cancer. All my friends, 20 friends.
Uh, 24, 30, 31 in general public comment, please.
Okay, good morning. You have 3 minutes for the items and 1 minute for general. Please
Thank
begin
you
with the
so
items.
much. One, I would like the people of Los Angeles to know that the city has taken off of their council vote database the May 23rd, 2024 vote to defund LAFD. You got that right. If you think this is conspiracy theory, people of Los Angeles, please go on the website, Google LA City Council
So
vote
you're
database.
welcome to speak to this during general, but I'm going to ask that you stick to the items
This
for the
is
first
about
3 minutes.
LAFD and the vote to defund it and how that made for the disaster in the Palisades. Could you please tell me how I'm off topic, Mr. Grote?
So again, this is for the agenda items only. You're welcome
I know,
to continue
and the
that.
agenda
during-
items pertain to LAFD. Could you please tell me how I'm off topic, Mr. Grote? 24, 30,
So
and
this
31.
is your last opportunity. I'm going to move you to general public comment if you don't stick to the agenda.
Unbelievable. Okay, great. R.J. Kilpatrick, a brilliant paramedic that was fired by this city, asked, why is the LAFD still moving forward with Board of Rights for members who haven't complied with the COVID mandate? That's Rick Tanga and Gabby Mendo, set to be fired under the ridiculous for failing to comply with ridiculous vaccine mandate. Why didn't the LAFD deploy more resources when the weather had forecast hurricane-type winds and previous weather events contributed to the mountain fire in Ventura just a month prior? By the way, the chief in charge of all the fire resources, emergency operations, Deputy Chief Jason Hing, could have upstaged the resources or discussed upstaffing with Crowley. Why are there so many broken fire engines waiting for repairs that could have been used assisting the Palisades fire? Why did the LAFD buy helicopters that can at most drop 450 gallons? A fire engine holds 500 gallons, while the LA and Ventura counties fire heart can drop up to 1,000 gallons. Why doesn't the city implement brush clearance year-round in the very high fire hazard severity zone, VHF-HSZ in Los Angeles, California? What are the requirements? No unauthorized parking, no traveler trespass on fire breaks or fire roads, pruning and trimming of live trees, installation of gates or cables to prevent unauthorized use of fire roads, buildings must be have fire retardant, roofing assembly, wood shakes and shingles are not permitted, exterior attic openings must be protected with a non-combustible screen. This is a brilliant guy who should have been running the city. Had he been in charge of LAFD and or the mayor's office, the Palisades disaster would not have happened, and you fired a doctor who has a higher IQ than all of you sitting around this horseshoe combined. This is your disaster. You have, through your lethal incompetence, killed over 24 people. I hope you all rot in hell for what you've done to this city. Thank you so much. And Mr. Grote, I'm still waiting for an explanation as to how I was off topic talking about this on 24, 30, and 31. Mr. Grote, could you please respond, Mr. Grote? How am I off topic with 24,
So
30,
again,
and 31?
this is not a back and forth, but if you look at the agenda
I did
descriptions
look
are
at the
fairly,
agenda. It
fairly
pertains to LAFD,
specific.
and at
So
least two
again,
of
would
the
you like to
items
move to
pertain
general public
LAFD
comment?
and the Palisades emergency. The Palisades emergency
All right,
was
general public
caused by
comment.
under-resourcing LAFD. How am I off topic, sir? How am I off topic? I don't care about this back and forth thing. You are cutting off my time. How am I off topic? How am I off topic? Yeah, okay, stony face, great. You're all sociopaths. You killed 24 people and you don't care. You fired great firefighters who could have protected people and you don't care. This is funny to you. Fuck all of you. Yeah, I'm gonna do a fucking...
Okay, so Mr. Jamison, you are no longer at the podium. This is your first and only formal warning. Do not disrupt this meeting. We have another public speaker there. I'm sorry, Speaker. If you could please remind us of the name that you signed up under and the items you'd like to speak to.
My name is Owen Lei, and this is going to be general public comment.
Okay, you have 1 minute. Go ahead.
My name is Owen Lei. I'm the chef, owner, operator of Bea'u. It's a restaurant that...
Mr. President, can you hold our time? Mr. President, Mr. Jamison has already been warned. Would you like to remove him from this meeting?
Please remove him as quickly as possible.
I'm sorry, Speaker. Your time was paused. Go ahead.
And I'm the owner, chef, operator of Bea'u, which is in Council Member Soto-Martinez's district. I also live in that district. I'm here to talk to you about the needs for restaurant owners like myself. We've been the community's first responders. We're continuing to show up in this recovery process because first responders and evacuees and volunteers who continue to show up need to eat every day to survive. I have 2 asks for you. Restaurants are hurting. We need emergency support to keep our business and our staff alive while the city is reeling from multiple crises. And restaurants and volunteers who are still continuing to do meals right now to support the recovery process, not just the relief, the recovery process in our in our city need support now, institutional support. I cannot do this out of my pocket. We are also standing here in support of immigrants, the LGBTQ+ community, and our workers and everyone else.
And I'm being signaled that there are no other speakers left in the room. So I believe, Mr. President, we have exhausted public comment.
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Mr. Clerk, what is before us at this time?
And Mulholland Drive in particular, instills archetypal Los Angeles locations such as an old Hollywood apartment building, Beechwood Canyon, and the namesake road with dread, menace, and mystery. And for me, when I was a young person watching this movie, defined Los Angeles for me before I moved here. I'll close with a quote that was shared after his death, and I read this particularly after the recent tragedy that we faced and continue to face here in Los Angeles, and it meant a lot to me. He said about LA, "I arrived in LA at night, so it wasn't until the next morning when I stepped out of a small apartment that I saw this light, and it thrilled my soul. I feel lucky to live with this light. I love Los Angeles. The golden age of cinema is still alive here in the smell of jasmine at night and the beautiful weather, and the light is inspiring and energizing. There is something about that light that's not harsh, but bright and smooth. It fills me with the feeling that all possibilities are available. It's really beautiful. And there's something about LA being so spread out, it gives you the feeling of freedom, light and freedom." Thank you.